Hello, it's me, Henning. Many of you have said, but where's the next video from Huber? Where's the next video from Huber? Here it is. It's COVID and we had to postpone things and they had to also make guitars that they make money on, which is important for them. So they're coming to Gear Street in this many weeks. And so we said, let's go and pick at least a neck before we move on. And that's why I'm here with Nick, who picks a neck.
You pick a neck.
I pick a neck, apparently.
I already picked many necks.
This one. We are done. Video is finished. Thank you, Nick. That was easy. There's a mind-blowingly amazing pre-selection of rosewood necks right here. Now you're going to ask, and let's reveal this first, you're going to ask, what top did you pick? And many of you had...
Should I get it?
Yeah, get it. Many of you, of course, had suggestions. But my heart really was on the one piece. It's so beautiful. And I always wanted a one-piece top. So we're going for this ridiculous quilted one-piece, which, of course, once that has, blue on it, because blue is the only color. That's it. Okay, it's the flipper. Actually, this is the top. This is the back. Who wants the back? This is it. We'll get this off somehow. That's what we're going with. And yeah, many of you liked that totally crazy one that had the knot in the back, but we don't know if that would have been possible.
That's good.
Now, I will talk to Nick about that other one, because should that go on a flat top guitar, then that's possible, right?
Let's talk about this next time, because I have no idea where I put that other top.
Okay, we'll find it, because I've been crazy enough and I actually kind of commissioned a second guitar, but we're going to talk about that later, and I'm going to fork over cash for that, so don't worry, he's not that insane. But more on that later. I know you're going to ask later. So this is the top, and now we're going to pick necks. The necks, of course, will be fully rosewood. And where is this rosewood from? Madagascar.
CITES.
I was just going to talk about CITES. Come over here for the mic. Wait, just step on this side of the thing. So let's go into this a little bit, because I was just talking to Leslie about it, because we were watching a show on National Geographic about people going, it's called difficult routes. And there was a group of 6 or 7 poachers in Madagascar poaching rosewood. And what they go through is ridiculous. A 7-day trek barefoot into the jungle. They cut down illegally a rosewood tree. They can only take about 3-meter piece, which then for another 8 days, they literally by hand drag through the jungle, ride standing up on it through rapids. It's ridiculous what they go through, and that gets illegally sold to China. So, but I was thinking, looking at this, I'm like, oh my God, how guilty are we as guitar buyers? Do we maybe sometimes get offered an instrument made from something like that? But obviously anything that Nick uses is documented, and we know where that's coming from.
Yeah, the story is that I don't get any more because of those stories and of the latest regulations, which I completely support. I don't know what's going on in Madagascar. I don't know what has been going on with this wood in Madagascar. I have this wood since many years, and I got it from a German importer who just told me, done, no more. So I said, fine. So we work with what we have, which is paper certified, whatever. I don't know. I definitely have the position that many woods are too cheap. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been to Africa, I've seen ebony logs, I've seen how heavy they are, and people, like you said, go by barefoot, with their hand, with a chainsaw, which is that documentary
dangerous. They are risking their life for a rather small log of rosewood that then gets illegally sold. That's why CITES is important, and that's why asking enough money for this is important.
You know, and on the ebony, if you see for few bucks you can get an ebony fingerboard, and if you know the story behind it, I hate that. And I also had cheap meat.
Yeah.
Different story, but same topic.
Yes.
Next to it. So
The more you...
I'm supporting this in as much as I can, but I cannot control everything.
They can tell you, the
sources
societies, they can
yeah.
tell you, there's the papers. If this came from the jungle in such a world, you can only do what you can do. But what you're also doing is you're investing in new kinds of wood. That's the Paulownia.
I mean, there's a lot of alternatives which we were just too lazy to play around with, because we have been proved for 60 years that mahogany maple and rosewood works. There's so much more next to it, and we can put a little bit more effort in other species which are easily to replant, to grow. Let's see.
And I know that Ibanez, for example, is actually labeling their woods as the subspecies of woods that actually is happening. So they're doing, what is it? Not okume. Okume is also from down there. But
okume is become popular.
Nayeto, which is a form of mahogany, I think. Isn't it?
There's so many. I mean, mahogany, I think there are more than 1,000 species. And some of them are just too bone heavy to really deal with them in the electric guitar world. But some of them are just fine. Okumi, I mean, still on an African wood, but has become as a very available wood source for lightweight mahogany. And John Suhr has it on his Aura, and you see it on many newer guitars now as an alternative. Yep. And I'm absolutely behind it. If we can protect endangered species, let's protect them, and just stop using whatever is protected. And completely behind that.
And right now, wood prices are soaring anyway because of COVID, which is also shipping routes and whatever. Yeah. But it was just something that I wanted to address when we're picking Madagascan rosewood, because I saw this documentary and it was really in my head. I'm like, you know, it is something we should talk about. So, but now, let's skip that and we're going to look at the wood. You take the flipper.
Yeah.
And there are 5 logs here, and I don't know. So I'm going to start from over here. So I'm not going to go into what the inlays will be, but there will be inlays. We've discussed that. I was going to go for none, but then Clemens made a suggestion, and we're going with something very special. So the big question is, if the fretboard is from the same piece of wood as the neck, should it be that figured, because the inlays will be in it? So I like the idea of a figured fretboard. So the inlays will be surrounds and more subtle. This is an absolutely beautiful piece of rosewood. If this was the back of the neck, that would be amazing. If this was the fretboard, it would be amazing. Definitely a very tasty piece. Now, should we go by what it sounds like? How do you pick?
Well, since they're pretty much alike, and you can knock against them, and I mean,
I don't know what that means. Look, I'm not a luthier. I play the damn things. I have no idea how to pick a piece of wood.
It just has to look nice. Everything else doesn't matter.
When you have that quality of wood that Nick uses, and then especially you go to the pile that he pre-chose for some very high-end guitars, you can't really pick wrong. We literally go by. Yeah, that's a Metallica kind of a piece of neck. I have no idea. Well, this one's clearly dark. I'm getting to the best one in the end, Nick. This one's clearly very dark. This is probably similar to what I've got on my Modern Eagle, I would assume.
Is it Madagascar?
It is. No, it's actually Indian.
Indian. We have that.
Dalbergia or something.
Latifolia.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we both kind of know that we want this one, right? I mean, because it's on the other ones, the figuring was on one side, but here it's all the way through. Look at this. Come on, is that sexy or is that friggin' sexy? I know it's a piece of wood and it's gonna go on a guitar neck. How can we talk about sexy but I mean, you and I know that if we turned the guitar around and we saw this. Oh, right there, yeah, that's
done.
done. Wait.
Yeah, works.
I have no idea. Listen to that. Maybe that tells you something. Ow, it's hard. Flipper. He just ruined it right there. But yeah, that is clearly the one. I mean, it's gorgeous. If I turned that guitar around and looked at that neck and I saw that every day, I'd be a happy camper. And that's it. We picked the neck. Done.
No pickups, no fretboard. Fretboard is included.
Fretboard's included. Fretboard's this piece, just one of the sides.
Case, strings.
Case, strings. I think this is all later.
Oh.
If you bring it to me, I don't need a case.
Okay.
We can save some money there. Wow.
Tuners?
You know me. If they're not locking tuners, it's a shitty guitar.
Okay.
You don't have the bridge here, do you?
I don't think so.
Well, then we have to talk about the bridge in a separate video once he has it, because we're going for the extremely rare space age comes from Mars bridge, which most people would buy a full guitar for, right? But it is something that he's developing, and it's a great story. We talked about it at Gear Street last year, but you know what? If we want more of these videos, then we need more stuff to talk about.
Then just next time.
Then next time. As for the body, that's just some kind of mahogany, and we don't really need to choose that, do we?
If you trust me.
Blindly. Okay, that's it from here. Easy video. Here's the flipper neck. You know what top we picked. And, well, animals at the end as always.
And you won't surrender to the blind leading the blind.